Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to an updated tier list video for the Butcher patch. Disclaimer. This list is specifically aimed at solo queuing in Hero League and is based on my experiences playing the game. The purpose of this video is not to tell you how to play the game, and you should always consider sticking to the heroes you're best at. Thank you! Before we start with the tanks, a lot of the heroes you're going to see will fluctuate in value depending on the heroes you're playing with and against. For example, when we start with the tanks, we have MURADIN at number 1. Because triple range DPS comps are so popular at the moment, the need for a tank that can live through that damage is very high. MURADIN fits into that role perfectly. He's got good CC, good initiation, and he's durable as hell. Following right behind him is JOHANNA, another really tanky hero. Both these tanks not only play really well against triple range DPS, but they also go well together. They both specialize in protecting their back line through the use of their CC. And at number 3, we have ANUB'ARAK. This guy can easily be number 1 if you're up against a team that's low in damage or has little to no burst. In these matches, ANUB'ARAK's damage and disruption will allow you to have a much greater impact since you'll likely stay alive for longer. In the current state of the game, there's really no reason to draft outside of these 3 heroes, with the exception of Tyrael to run double tank. The reworks to both Diablo and ETC really crushed those heroes. Moving on to damage dealers, we still have JAINA at the top. Even after losing Sprint this patch, JAINA remains as the most reliable ranged DPSer in the game. She fits into pretty much every team comp and is incredibly strong at all stages of the game. At number 2 is ZERATUL. In the hands of a good player, his impact is unmatched. The damage output from the focused attack follow through build, combined with what I still consider the strongest heroic ability in the game, Void Prison, makes this guy a solo queue god. Coming in at number 3 is KAEL'THAS. This guy is the definition of a late game carry. Stay in the back and keep pumping out those flame strikes. That's your whole job. It's almost impossible to lose a game in which both teams reach level 16 at the same time and you're playing KAEL'THAS. At number 4 we have ILLIDAN. This is another very situational pick. When you have heroes in your team like ABATHUR, UTHER, TASADAR, and REHGAR, this hero's value skyrockets. At the same time, when you're up against heroes like MURADIN, Brightwing, and JOHANNA, his value plummets. This number 4 spot can easily be filled with any of the utility damage dealers, meaning TASADAR, Tyrande, Zagara, and Falstad. Finally, at number 5 we have ABATHUR. With the loss of Promote, ABATHUR has once again returned to his rightful throne as the king of split pushing and global pressure. While it's true that he gains and loses value depending on the battleground, his overall strength and synergy with most of the top heroes makes him a strong pick almost every game. The biggest changes here were Sylvanas and Illidan, as they were both hit by significant nerfs this patch. ZERATUL also climbed to the top of the list based on his somewhat newly discovered build, not a specific balance buff. At last but not least, we have supports. This patch brought a lot of changes to this role that have changed things for the better. Support players can now comfortably pick between 4 of the 5 heroes and not feel like they're gimping themselves. At number 1 is UTHER. Something Divine Shield. Seriously, this ability makes heroes like ZERATUL and Illidan almost unkillable and a pain in the ass to deal with. However, you have to be careful when picking UTHER against a triple range DPS backline, as you have a lot of trouble keeping your team alive come late game. A hero that doesn't have that problem is MALFURION. This guy received a ton of buffs with this patch and has quickly become one of the best supports. His AoE and constant healing is second to none, and when you get proficient at landing your roots, your impact is crazy. At number 3 we have REHGAR. Although the bursty REHGAR we all love to hate is no longer as common, he remains just as strong, if not more, with the new healing focused playstyle. And, though not as much as UTHER, he pairs very well with heroes like ZERATUL, Illidan, and ANUB'ARAK. Now I did mention there were 4 viable supports, yet you're only seeing 3. Brightwing would be the 4th. For the sake of keeping the format of this videos consistent, I only named 3, but rest assured that Brightwing is right there with them. Just don't pick Lily and you'll be fine. Now that's gonna do it for my list of the strongest solo queue heroes for the Butcher patch. If you're interested in any of the builds for the heroes that I mentioned, or a tier list with a complete list of heroes, you can find that at getbonk.com, links in the description. Thanks for watching, I'm DLOL, holy crap I love this meta, and don't forget to have fun.
You are not prepared!